Trump. First of all, will we make sure that your congressman gets reelected, please?
Yes!
We have a lot of bad Congress people in Washington, D.C. We need to kick out a lot of them, and we need to make sure he gets back in there. We need we need another couple terms, right? Well, Michigan, we love you. I've never felt better energy than we have right now. We just stopped out at a field office not too far away from here. People were going crazy, guys. And listen, I was here in 2016. I'm telling you, we are going to beat these guys. We are going to beat them worse than before.
Yeah! Woo!
Hey, guys, they're lying to us right now. They're lying to everybody right now. The media,
Yes.
every single day you
Yes.
see these polls, right?
Yes.
You know, Trump is down by 9 points in Arkansas. I'm like, yeah, I don't think we are, guys. It's unbelievable. They're lying. And by the way, they're afraid right now. I can tell you that. I'm just saying
Yes.
for the great Leo Terrell. Where's Leo? They're afraid, but guys, we're gonna win. We are gonna win. We are gonna win. I promise you, we are gonna win. And
Red wave! Red wave!
by the way, their heads will explode if you say that too loud. Somebody made a shirt for Don and I. It was Trump 2024, and literally the day after the election. And not that I have any aspirations of getting into politics because it's a horrible profession, but I gotta wear that just to drive the media crazy. I mean,
Yeah!
Trump 2024, their heads would explode. We will get 4 more years. I promise you, we're gonna
12!
Okay, we're gonna get 12 more years.
Yeah!
But guys, you know it's amazing. This election in 2016, if you actually look at what we were running against in 2016, my father was running against total incompetence, right? I mean, you had Biden, you had Obama, you had a party that gave $150 billion to a country that chants death to America. I mean, this is literally like
Cash!
cash. By the way, $1.8 billion that they flew over in planes, right? And
Ridiculous.
guys, you know, you look at them, and our educational system was 30th in the world under these clowns. I mean, literally, they didn't know what they were doing. They would sign all these agreements. They'd give away all our wealth. They'd give away all our manufacturing. They put so much regulation in there that, you know, companies like this couldn't compete. I mean, literally, you would have companies like this that could not compete. If you wanted to build a building that was, 2 by 2, you'd have to go in for 10 years worth of permits. At the end of it, they would turn you down. They would turn you away. You wouldn't be able to do it. And that's why every company was going to China, and they were going to Mexico. They were going all over the world, right? And they were incompetent people. And believe me, the last job in the world that my father needed was politics. I can tell you, his life would be substantially better not being in this game, not being in this, whatever you want to call it, right? I mean,
that's why we love him!
career, it's a nasty, nasty business. But he hopped in. He couldn't see this, country go to hell. And that's what was happening under these last people. But if you actually look at
love Trump.
what he's running against today, it's not incompetence. It's honestly evil, if you think about it. It really is.
Yeah!
I hate to say that. Let's summarize it. And it's not the Democratic Party. I don't even want to say the Democratic Party. It's not. A lot of people would say Republicans versus Democrats. No. It's a socialist. It's a communist party. And let's talk about what these people stand for. I mean, every day, and you see what's happening right now with the censorship, right? I mean, who likes Kayleigh McEnany, the White House press secretary? So Twitter 2 days ago banned her from Twitter. They literally stripped her account, right? So for whatever reason, the Democratic Party, they want to censor you. They want to go after religion. They want to keep churches shut. They want to take out the words under God in the Pledge of Allegiance. You saw them do that at the convention.
Yes,
they want to take In God We Trust off of our national currency. You've seen them do that. They want to literally kneel every time, either the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem. They want to kneel. They want to tax you. They want to get rid of my father's tax cut. So they want to strip, the $2,500 he effectively gave every person in this country. They want to get rid of all the tax cuts. They want to impose another $4 trillion worth of taxes. They want to eliminate oil, gas, natural gas, fracking. We've got the lowest energy prices anywhere in the world, but they want to eliminate oil and gas from the United States. Do you remember when under Obama and under Biden you had $6 gas?
Yeah!
And now you have what? What is it? What is it in Michigan? $1.90, $2?
Yep.
$2. It's like $2 in New York, so I figured it'd be like $1.80 here because everything's more expensive in New York because we too are run by communists in that state. Right? I mean, this is their plan. Then they want to attack plastic straws. That's like a big thing of theirs recently, right? The priority is plastic straws. You have Kamala Harris come out and say, I would consider limiting the amount of red meat that people eat. I mean, this is their priority, right? They want to take down the wall.
Yeah.
Well, you've had the Democrats, they've literally come out. So there's 360 miles of wall that my father's built. With another 210 miles pre-construction. So graded, foundations in, concrete poured, literally another 210 miles pre-construction, right? And they've actually come out and said, not only will we stop building the wall right away, we want to take down the wall. We want to take down the wall that's... And you're sitting there saying, the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever, the lowest amount of drug trafficking ever, the lowest amount of human trafficking ever. She is so beautiful, by the way, that little girl right there. How old is she?
Yes.
What's up, honey? How are you? You are so beautiful. Honestly, guys, that's exactly why we're fighting. Trust me. That's
Yes.
It's that generation. So they want to do all these. They want to ban plastic straws. They want to ban oil and gas. They want to take your guns, by the way. You know that. I mean, how many people here are big fans of the Second Amendment? Everyone, I see the SIG hat up here, and I see the NRA
right
hat
there.
back there, and guys, they're never taking your guns, that much I can tell you. They want to pack the court. I mean, and by the way, how good is Amy? How good is Amy? Tell me she hasn't been the star of 2020. They're never going to pack the courts, that much I can tell you. We'll never, ever allow it to happen, but thank God we have her coming in. I mean, honestly, we need it. I mean, we need it. We had a decision out of Pennsylvania yesterday. You probably saw that they're going to be able to count ballots days and days after election because of, one justice who frankly let us down. But it's really an amazing thing. And then you look at my father, on the other hand. What does he want? The greatest economy, the lowest unemployment, the lowest African-American unemployment, the lowest Hispanic unemployment, the lowest female unemployment, the lowest youth unemployment. He wants the greatest military that has ever existed on planet Earth times 10.
Yeah.
Right now we're building $721 billion a year. The greatest aircraft carriers, the greatest submarines, the greatest weapon systems, our planes. You see these planes, the F-35s are coming off the line every single day. Our men and women in uniform have got 3 of the largest raises in the history of this country, back to back.
Yes.
You see Space Force, we're actually modernizing our military, the greatest satellites and the greatest ultrasonic weapons. And it's interesting, my father has an interesting philosophy about the military, right? Everybody said he'd be a warmonger. Oh, he's gonna bring us into wars. My father's gotten us out of every war. He doesn't want to be in the Middle East. He's never wanted to be in the Middle East.
Nobel Peace.
He always thought, by the way, we'll get to that in a second. They'll never give it to him because that's a whole raped process, right?
Yeah.
A lot of raped processes, guys. We'll get to Nobel Peace in a second. But my father always says something very simple. I don't want to be in the Middle East, right? Why would we have our men and women sitting in a, sandbox over there for 20 years getting shot at when we're not winning? Why? And by the way, why aren't we taking, by the way, now we're taking the oil, but why aren't we taking the oil? If we're going to be over there, why aren't we taking the natural resources to repay ourselves for the bills that we spend over there? But
that's right.
His philosophy is very simple. Keep our men and women back at home, have the greatest military in the face of this earth, and if we ever have to use it, which he never wants to, you go in so viciously that it's over so quickly, and then we get the hell out of there and we go back to America.
Amen.
So he wants the greatest military, he wants to take care of our veterans. How many veterans do we have out here today? You guys are incredible. Thank you. Thank you for your service. We appreciate it. And look how bad the VA was in this country, right? I go to VA places. I went to the VA right outside Denver. It was supposed to cost $80 million to build this thing. It was $1.5 billion, and things was 7 years over schedule, right? And it was nowhere near being open by the time I saw this place. And it's unbelievable. Our VA was failing. They were doing a terrible job. The vets weren't happy, and so my father did a little thing called an executive order. If you're not happy with the VA, very simple. Go to your private doctor, and the government will pay the bill. And all of a sudden, everybody was happy, and all of a sudden, there was VA accountability where you could actually fire people who weren't doing a good job. What a novel concept. You could, if you had a doctor, you had a nurse, and they weren't doing a good job, guess what? They were gone. They were gone, which is like a novelty for, government. And so he fixed our military, he fixed our economy, created the best economy ever. By the way, a little stat, the media never wants to report this, but the Dow Jones, for anybody, raise your hand if you have a 401k or an IRA or a pension fund. So the Dow Jones under Obama and Biden went up by 4,000 points in 8 years. In 3.5 years of Trump and Pence, it went up by 12,000 points.
Whoa.
So in half of the amount of time, it went up 3 times more. Think about that.
Yes.
So anybody that has a pension fund, anybody that has a retirement fund, anyone that has an IRA, that's a beautiful thing for this nation. And that's what he cares about. So he cares about our economy, he cares about our military, he cares about ending senseless wars, he cares about school choice. Like, why wouldn't a beautiful girl like that be able to, her parents choose the school that they want to go to?
Yes.
They want to do it.
Yes.
My father wants
Yes.
to protect faith in this country. Another thing, as I mentioned before, you can open liquor stores in this country, but you can't open churches?
Yes.
What's wrong with that? Hey guys, make no mistake, we have God on our side. I say this, and I say this proudly.
Yes.
I say it proudly, we have God on our side, make no mistake. Everywhere I go, people are coming up to me, we're praying for you, our church is praying for you, our family's praying for you, our school is praying for you. Our book club is praying for you everywhere I go.
Yes.
And I know it to be the case, guys, because in 2016, if you go back there, we didn't stand a chance. We didn't know what we were doing. I mean, we're not political people. I know much more about this industry here than I do about politics, right? I mean, we're builders.
Gravel pits.
I know more about gravel pits than I did about, certainly than I did about politics. That much I can tell you. And if you look at Hillary, crooked Hillary, right? She raised $1.5 billion. You know how much we raised?
Yes.
Lock her up.
Lock her
300
up.
million, and we had no idea what the hell we were doing. We didn't know what we were doing. Like, believe me, the hands of God were on this process because,
Yes.
Mike Huckabee. Who likes Huckabee?
Grouchy
I'll never
guy.
forget. Huckabee. He was running in the primaries, and he came up to my father after one of the debates, and he said, Donald, I've chosen to drop out of the race, and my father, they're talking, and I was kind of standing off to the side, and he goes, I really believe that you have the hands of God on you. I really believe that God is guiding you through this process. And he was, because honestly, you wouldn't have been here today. You wouldn't have had these crowds. You wouldn't have had the enthusiasm. We didn't have a chance in the world of winning if somebody wasn't guiding us today. And so we are always going to preserve religious faith, religious liberty. We're going to, and frankly, there's going to be a revival in this country, guys. There's going to be a revival in this country. Yeah, the best is yet to come. Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Yes.
People like me that really, really care about the Second Amendment is probably my number one issue. My father will never let it go, and believe me, it's under all-out attack right now by the Democratic Party. You see what's happening in Virginia. You see what's happening all around the place. My father will always protect the Second Amendment. Guys, we love this country. We love red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
As a family, it makes us sick to our stomach when people kneel for the national anthem, and they kneel for the Pledge of Allegiance, and they disgrace the Pledge of Allegiance by pulling out selective words. It's not who we are as a country. We love red, white, and blue, and they're happy to attack law enforcement. You see, the greatest people we have in this country are the men and women of law enforcement. There's a lot of them here today.
Yeah.
Look what they did to law enforcement in Minnesota. Look what they did to law enforcement in Seattle and Portland, where they're literally shining lasers in their eyes and blinding them permanently. Where they're throwing bricks, where they're freezing water bottles and throwing them at the incredible men and women in blue. And then you have, Kamala Harris at a, who likes Kamala here? At a congressional hearing, you have Kamala Harris coming out and comparing ICE to the KKK. It's amazing. And then they lie about it. We are behind law enforcement. It's like 2 days ago you wanted to defund law enforcement. Their lies on that side are unbelievable. They come out, we want to defund police, and they're doing it. By the way, in my home city, New York, I'm almost embarrassed to call it that. They're defunding police. They took $1 billion out of the NYPD budget, and they cut all undercover law enforcement. And guess what happens? In 90 days,
Whoa.
crime went up by 300%. Does that shock anybody?
No.
And so when they say that we don't want to defund